Hello, love. This is going to be a brief little review of books. Mainly because I only got 5 today because I kind of ran out of stores. I guess went to estate sales in hopes of books, but I didn't find shit. So I went to one thrift store and found about 4 of these in this other book, The Witches, which I have 2 copies of, and I'm going to donate it to the witch shop. I don't know why. Why that I have 3 copies? I know why I have 3 copies. I need 50. Suspicion, Betrayal, and Hysteria in 1692, Salem. The panic began in 1692 over a raw Massachusetts winter when a minister's niece began to writhe and roar. It spread quickly. As neighbors accused neighbors, husbands accused wives, parents and children one another. It ended less than a year later, but not before 19 men and women had been hanged. What the fuck? Can't we all just agree that people just didn't like each other? And that was the guys they used. By the way, look at these fucking splendid beer cases I got. Hootapult, which I believe is Cincinnati brand. And I remember that because when I used to drive through Cincinnati bi-weekly to see my child. Oh, look, Mom and Dad, they put little wallpaper on it, which they also put inside these fucking boxes and ruined them, but for $5 a piece, you can't beat it. What's this? No, thought it was a penny. Is that a goddamn spider legs? No. And there's also Black Label, which I still have never tried, even though it's back on the market. Anyways, witch book number 1. Remembering Occupied Warsaw. Polish Narratives of World War II. Since I am half Polish, this has some relevance to me, though. I have almost zero interest in being Polish. Not that I'm against being Polish, but I don't really polka. Don't really like, what are those, pierogies? Don't particularly like kapusta. I do have a Jewish Polish nose. Stubborn as a Polak. But other than that, I really have no connection to the country. If I had a choice, I'd go to Warsaw, but they probably don't want me there. If I had one choice of any place to go in Europe, yeah, I'd probably go to either Russia or Poland. Though Hungary sounds good too. Offering a rare glimpse into the lives of those who lived through the German occupation of Poland's capital, the important ethnography explores how elderly residents of Warsaw recollect, narrate, and commemorate their experiences, thus showing how the cultural legacies of the occupation reveal themselves in contemporary Polish society. The individuals who are the focus of this study, all longtime residents of the Warsaw neighborhood, Zalizborz, responded to the daily deprivations and brutality of the German occupation by joining branches of the Polish underground, ultimately participating in the Warsaw Uprising of 1944, during which their neighborhood was burned but not destroyed, as soldiers, couriers, and medics, using life histories and ethnographic fieldwork. Tucker examines the way Ways that her informants recovered from the rupture of war. The rapture. This is great. Give us more war. Urging that this process, Jesus Christ, I can't read, arguing that this process was connected to efforts to rebuild the city itself. That sounds great. The only reason why I bought it is because all the other copies on eBay are worth like $30, so hopefully I can sell this bullshit. Poland under communism. The hell is this phallic shadow? Or is that just Lenin's head? Is that Lenin? Looks like him. This is the first English language history of Poland from the Second World War. What? That can't be right. This is the first English language history of Poland from the Second War until the fall of communism, using a wide range of Polish archives and unpublished sources in Moscow and Washington. Anthony Kemp Welch integrates the Cold War history of diplomacy and interstate relations with the study of domestic opposition and social movements. His key themes encompass political, social, and economic history, the communist movement, and its relations with the Soviet Union and the broader East-West context, with particular attention to U.S. policies. The book concludes with a first-hand account of how Solidarity formed the world's first post-communist government in 1989. How's that first post-communist? They were basically commies themselves. I guess degrees of communism are discernible to these people. Anyway, there's another book I hope to sell, even though it's a fat book. Dark fantasy, supernatural horror short stories. I may actually already have this book. Don't know. But I like these faux leather boards on these hardcovers. I'm not a big fan of fantasy. In fact, I hate it. 2017, so it's not an old book. Published in the United Kingdom. Let's see who's in there. E.F. Benson, Ambrose Bierce again. Danielle, let's say Bonfonte, Robert Chambers, Carolyn Sharon, E.E.W. Chrisman K, whatever her name is. The fuck. Wilkie Collins, there you go, The Dream Woman. So it's kind of a mix. Half these names I don't know. Arthur Conan Doyle, obviously I know. Nathaniel Hawthorne. Yeah, I think it's kind of a purposeful mix. And I'm sure there's some new ones in there that they've stuck in because they're probably sticking to them physically and metaphysically. Bram Stoker, The Judge's House. H.P. Lovecraft, The Shunned House. Edgar Allan Poe, William Wilson. Well, there's that. If I ever get desperate enough to read this very small print. If there's any illustrations, I don't think so. You gotta at least have a couple illustrations, you cheap fucks. Vampire, The Complete Guide to the World of the Undead. I may have this book already, but since I don't know, since I've become lax on my book scanning and book reviewing and book everything, drawing upon dark myths and legends culled from a variety of cultures and gathered over thousands of years, Vampire is a fascinating compendium of cautionary tales and hearsay, of written chronicles and first-hand encounters with the black angels that stalk the earth in the dead of night. Vampires have always existed. Manuela Dunn Massetti has unearthed clear and startling evidence that demonstrates how these fiends have come to be. In this encyclopedic and exquisitely airy book, Machete reveals the secret rituals, spells, and habits of these fiends, records their physical attributes. Sure you done. Sure you done did. Let's check out a few. Oh, that's cute. All right. Vampire, the complete guide to the world of the undead. It is a good little pop art drawing. That guy looks like Richard Gere. Look at this fucking Chumbawamba looking bitch. Fuck that guy. We got breastises and a guy in a jail cell. Or she in the cell. Come on. The anatomy of a vampire. Grave discoveries a long time before vampires filled the pages of romantic horror stories such as Bram Stoker's. Yeah, that's true. They did stake people because they thought they were vampires. That doesn't mean they were. Some people think Joe Biden's a patriot. And a Constitution loving patriot at that. That guy could give a fuck about you. Oh, skulls everywhere. I'm gonna get a skull tattoo on my arm. This son of a bitch. It's gonna be sad when I run out of local history stories to write and I'm 70 years old reading vampire books all day. Pooping my pants and reading about vampires. In search of Count Dracula. Alright, that's about it.